Some choices just work. The chicken sandwich at Daly's is crispy on the outside, it's juicy on the inside, and it is full of flavor. Perfect for lunch, perfect for dinner, perfect anytime hunger hits. So grab the chicken sandwich today at Daly's. Daly's is made fresh, it's made local, and Daly's is built for big appetites. I'll see you there today.
Calling all artists. The Jaguars Game Day Poster Series is back, and we're looking for bold, original artists to bring the energy to game days at the bank. Submit your portfolio for a chance to showcase your talent and design a limited edition Jaguars Game Day poster. Don't miss out. Be part of Duval Designs by visiting jaguars.com/Duval Designs.
Get out of the heat and into the action with the Jacksonville Sharks coming up Sunday, June 28th. Kickoff 7:30 and tickets start at just $15. Be one of the first 1,000 fans and receive a free light stick. It's red out night. Wear a red shirt and let's make the tank a sea of red. Witness history as Aaron Garcia becomes the first player ever inducted into the Sharks Ring of Honor, presented by Kia on Atlantic. Bring the whole crew and try our family 4-pack, 4 tickets, and $50 in food vouchers for only $100. The fun continues on the field after the game with our free autograph session, sponsored by Flight Adventure Bar. For tickets, go to jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. That's 621-0700.
Get out of the heat and into the action.
Sharks football, where memories are made.
Go Sharks!
I'm Jared Justice.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farrah doesn't flinch.
With 25 guaranteed. Round 2 of the NBA draft tips off tonight at 8 with the Magic's pick at number 46. Jumbo Shrimp.
Check another box. Yes, James Gladstone, check another box. This time, it is Brenton Strange. What a great signing by the Jaguars. They continue to dazzle. And despite what the national media may say, I think around here, I'll tell you, right here at 6 o'clock, I am feeling a tremendous amount of energy tonight here midweek in Duval. This is a big deal. Don't kid yourself. Brenton Strange is only going to get better. You look at the signings. You look at what has happened. You look at those who have gotten away. And I really spoke on this a night ago. Devin Lloyd has reached the pinnacle. He gave you his best, and he was outstanding. He's not going to get any better. Matter of fact, I happen to think he's going to get much worse playing in a 3-4 defense in Carolina. Achon, that is Travis Achon, he is what he is. Very serviceable back. He's going to put up similar numbers if healthy in New Orleans. He's not going to increase those numbers. We're not going to be sitting here in November talking about, oh my gosh, look at ETN for crying out loud. He's going to rush for more than 1,500 yards. He's going to put up 15 rushing. No, not going to happen. He's going to put up good numbers. But he's hit it. He's reached his prime. That's not the case for Brenton Strange. This is a football player who has done, really so much over the years. I was reading an article a little bit earlier today about Brenton Strange. I think it was John Shipley who had it. If not, I'll find out who did. But if you look at the 5 games that he missed a year ago, they averaged nearly 8 points more a contest when he was in there as opposed to when he was not in there. Just think about that for a second. This team improved by 9.1 points a game compared to the way they were in 2024. Brenton Strange is a huge part of it. Okay, when you look at the numbers, you may say, well, wait a minute here. Some across the country may look at the statistics, not take into consideration how he changes and forces defenses to stop what they're doing and have to absolutely concentrate on Brenton Strange, because unlike Evan Ingram, and I would think, as much as I want to brag about Tanner Koziol, because I think he's going to be simply phenomenal, and on the flip side, Nate Borkircher, you know what you're getting out of those guys. Borkircher's, 38 receptions in 5 years. He's a blocking tight end. The Koziol situation is going to be absolutely off the chart. I mean, his route tree, his hands, the fact that he was more athletic than I witnessed on, film is encouraging. But can he block? Well, you get to Brenton Strange, bam. There's a complete tight end. You don't know if he's going to run a route. You don't know if, with his hand in the ground, he's going to go after a defensive end, whether it's a double team or attack a linebacker or attack a safety, if you run the football. And, does he become a safety valve? I've always thought around here that, especially with Liam Cohen coming on the scene, that we would absolutely see an improvement with the screen game. And I think that actually does come into play next year. But you still have to concentrate on Brenton Strange. And let's say it is a snap to Trevor, and he is in the shotgun, and Strange is asked to pass block, maybe for a second and a half, 2 seconds. And then he becomes a guy. After that point, he turns around and looks for the football. Well, regardless of how good your screen game is, and again, last year it was honestly pretty poor, it's going to get better. That's something else you have to keep your eyes on defensively if he becomes the dump down opportunity for Trevor Lawrence. You can move him to either side. You can certainly lining up in the slot. There's multiple things that you can do. It's a 3-year deal, $48 million, $25 million of which is guaranteed. He becomes the 12th highest paid tight end in the NFL on average. He's the 10th highest tight end in the NFL if you look at guaranteed money. To me, this is an A-plus signing. And, you look at what has happened now since Gladstone has got here. Look at what he's done with this football team. He makes a trade for Jacoby Myers. A month later, he gives him $60 million over 3 years, $30 million of which is guaranteed. I'd like to put Myers in the same category of what I did with ETN and what I did with Lloyd, meaning you know what you're going to get out of Jacoby Myers. And the overall statistics may not equal the money, but that's okay as long as the team offense is putting up 30 points a game or close to it. And they nearly did a year ago. I think they're going to improve this year. I keep telling you there are several reasons why. But, I'm just saying Jacoby Myers, he may not put up 85 receptions for over 1,000 yards. There's only one football to go around. And all of a sudden, this football team is loaded with skill position guys. But still, they got that deal done. All right? There are some who won't do deals in season, which to me is absolutely freaking absurd. Who came up with that rule that we're not going to sign a player to a contract extension during the season? What are you trying to tell me, that it's a distraction? It's not like you bring the player in, you sit him down and say, well, we're offering this. What do you want? No, you do it through his agents. It's all about the agency. And they report back to the player. So, again, this is another move that Jacksonville does, which I'm a big fan of. That is, it doesn't matter. 12 months a year, if we feel the time is right, we're going to get the deal done now. Whether it's a month before training camp or, in the case of Jacoby Myers, after making the trade, getting a deal done a month after that deal. Cole Van Lannon, 3 years, $51 million, half of that guaranteed. All of a sudden, you got to hit pause there. Maybe even hold your breath. We don't know what is going on with Cole Van Lannon. We won't find out for 1 month longer, as far as time is concerned. Hopefully in that month, the rehabilitation continues to get better, and better. Right now, that is arguably now, the biggest uncertainty of your starting offense. Who is going to be your left tackle? It's a great bar bet because health comes in here. We don't know if Cole Van Lannon's going to be available against Cleveland in week 1. If not, it becomes Walker Little. And I know that you're going to grab the steering wheel now with both hands and get the white knuckles because of it. Most of you have given up on Walker Little. And I understand that. And remember, that was not a Gladstone re-signing. That was a Trent Baalke. Even though when he was on death's door, he still got Shad Khan to sign off on that. Again, Shad Khan, very, very liquid. Guy with cash. No question about it. Buster Brown, 3 years, $31.8 million for Buster Brown. 20.6 guaranteed. What a steal. There's another guy, just like Cole Van Lannon, just like Brenton Strange. Will they get better? How much better will they get? To me, that's always the way to look at these contracts. And again, whether it's in your field, my field, or the NFL, what are you getting paid for? Are you getting paid for something that you've already done, something that you've earned, and the reward is, hey, you've done a great job here at our company. We're giving you this amount of money because of what you've done? Or is it what you've done you were paid for? If you were undervalued, you were underpaid, whatever, tough. Here's the new deal. And we expect you to live up to the next deal. So I've always wondered this, contractually speaking. And I think it's different for every boss. I think it's different for every president, every general manager, every owner. Depending on what field you're in, you're either getting paid for what you have done or you're getting paid for what they think you are going to do. Buster Brown is getting paid for what they think he can do. Brenton Strange is getting paid for what they think he can do. Cole Van Lannon is getting paid for what they think he can do. Jacoby Myers got paid for what they know he can do. There's a difference. Trayvon Walker, 4 years, $110 million, 50 guaranteed. The third day of, actually, it's the fifth day of the 2027 season, so that'll be mid-March. He gets another $15 million guaranteed. So there's escalators here. There are incentives here for Trayvon Walker. But still, if you look at the just absurd amount of money that is being paid around the league to guys who play the edge, I actually think this is a good deal that Trayvon Walker signed for. Trayvon's got to get healthy. He's got to get better. Okay? We don't need to have that conversation right now. We've had that many, many, many times over. And that's another part of this, which I kind of want to get into at some point if I have time. I'm still really bothered by pundits. I'm bothered by those who look at what this team didn't do. And again, they'll cite ETN, they'll cite Lloyd, and they'll say a bad draft where they reached. They don't consider so much like who has returned. The coaching staff on top of that, including your offensive and defensive coordinator. And even though they were 13-4 a year ago, what's the score of the offense? Look at how many players that you can point to and say, oh, they're going to be better this year than they were a year ago. Let's begin with Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence was garbage the first 8 games of the year. He was. He was having trouble understanding this offense. It felt as though he was way too concerned about making mistakes. And then when Cohen said, let it rip, look at what he did. His last 9 games plus the playoff contest against Buffalo, he had a passer rating of over 100. That is what I would expect immediately this year. out of Trevor Lawrence, right? Beginning with Cleveland. Brian Thomas Jr., what a disaster. Seriously, what a disaster. He's going to get better. Brenton Strange, the guy missed 5 games. Told you about the average per when he's in compared to when he is not in. He's going to get better. Patrick McCarty, I'm surprised still they didn't let him go. Again, I think, and here I've just bragged about the brass for 12 minutes. I think there's clearly ego involved here. And that's fine. But my opinion is they gave him the most money a season ago. And they're like, we're still with you. Fix it. Get healthy. Have a hell of a year at right guard. We'll see what takes place, right? I think that's only fair. But you would expect better things out of him. And certainly Tootin, who right now is the bell cow. Really didn't get an opportunity last year to get all lathered up, right? I want to see this guy. I still can't believe 4 carries, 41 yards. They went away from him against Buffalo. No! Run it! Run it, run it, run it, run it. Give it to Tootin. Let this man get all lathered up. I want to see Tootin in the teens. I want to see Tootin, heading towards 20 carries. Is it boring football? 1st and 10, 2nd and 4, first down. Jackson, I love it. Move the sticks, take clock. Your defense is resting. Tick, 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 tick. The handoff to Tootin has 5. He's nestled down at the 32. Looks like he gets about 6 on the carry. I love it. Tick, 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 tick. Yes, Tootin's going to be better. The NFL pundits don't see that, do they? Oh, no, Jacksonville did nothing, man. Jacksonville, they let Etienne go or Achon go, and they let Lloyd go, and they don't know what they're doing over there. The boy wonder with the Superman cape on and all this. Give me a break. People don't know what you're talking about. This is a better football team. It's a better roster. Will it be a better record? We'll see. Those comments are courtesy of the truth teller. No, I am not getting a paycheck from those of you involved with the Jacksonville Jaguars. If you're wondering, it's just my opinion. All right. Many businesses are selling out to organizations, investors right here in Duval. I just got back from Boston. Everything about Boston is mom and pop. Pop and mom. Probably gone now. Granddad, grandmom gone as well. But it's filled, outside of Dunkin' Donuts, all right? It's filled with family businesses. They're hard to find here. They are, medically speaking, certainly in the industry of being a dentist, right, with the great folks over at Shmunez Vision. You've seen it in plumbing. You've seen it in other blue-collar types of work where folks come in, buy it up, give you a good pay, go away. But what does that really do for you and the overall value of what they think about their customers? We're talking about, with Shmunez Vision, 3 generations, okay? They're here to serve the people of Jacksonville, not non-local investors, okay? And more of this is happening all across the country. Certainly it does apply right here in Jacksonville. It costs a lot of money to go to many of these places, right? And when surgery comes up, it's going to cost, many of which is unnecessary. That is not the deal at Shmunez Vision. They're always looking out for the best value for you. So, regardless of what's going on with your eyes, make an appointment today. Visit Shmunez Vision. You can also check them out on Instagram. Go to Shmunez Vision.
Well, what is this?
I think it's a treasure map.
No kidding?
I'm not imagining this, right?
Then I'll bet this map tells you where it's buried.
Tells you where what's buried.
1010XL.
Jeff Prosser here. When you need new windows or doors, you want high-end quality without the middleman markup, and that's why I'm telling you about Cash Building Material. Same premium materials, same beautiful finishes, but at a price that actually makes sense for your home. No subcontractors, no runaround, just their own experienced crews who treat your house like it's theirs. If you want it done right, the first time, get a quote today. Thank me tomorrow. For windows and doors, search Cash Building Material. Windows and doors done right.
Rick Ballou for DraftKings Sports. They are live in all 50 states. Yeah, that means you, Florida. The whole world is watching one tournament right now. Group stage chaos, knockout drama, stoppage time heartbreak. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in Florida, so whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you are in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app right here in Florida. The world's biggest stage is in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with the code 1010XL, spend $5 and get $200 in total rewards. The code's 1010XL in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings. Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click and claim, issued in non-withdrawable. Predictions, dollars that expire in 1 year, ends June 28th. Terms, dkng.co/predictions promo.
Mark Watson here to tell you a little bit about hardballcreative.com. It's your online promo haven with thousands of ideas on how to promote your company. We're open 24/7, 365.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all. From free agency to the draft, training camp to the playoffs, nobody covers the Jags like Jaguars today. Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony bring the smartest football talk in Duval. Covered by Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors. 10 to noon weekdays on 1010XL.
Want your son or daughter to enjoy sports year-round? Then log on to i9sports.com with summer and fall registration open right now, including girls volleyball at UNF and Bishop Snyder this summer, plus plenty of other sports on the First Coast. i9sports.com, enter 1010 in the promo code for a discount. There's a lot happening at Cycles of Jacksonville. Tell them about it, Greg.
It's summertime and it's time to ride. We continue to roll through our demo days. We've got yet another one coming up. Sully's going to fill you in on all the details, but you're going to want to be here to ride a Triumph.
Yes, we have Triumph Roadster Demo Day, June 19th and 20th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You do not want to miss this one. Come on down to Cycles of Jacksonville.
We are your place to be, especially if you want to ride. Everybody's always smiling when they get off those demos.
Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency, cyclesofjacksonville.com.
Picking here, or maybe you should call me Dreamfinders Danny. Look what Dreamfinders is doing again, an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down the rate and get in the game. You heard me right, a 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
This is Patrick Malarkey. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist did a PRP treatment on my knee, which was absolutely painless, and now I feel fantastic.
David Garrard here, and PRP treatment from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is still working well for me. When I needed professional orthopedic care, I chose Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. My knees thank me every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. Thank you for trusting us for 55 years of custom welding fabrication and vehicle towing accessories. When you need a trailer hitch for the family car, a gooseneck for the company truck, or even RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We can do a bumper hitch, fifth wheel hitch, anything for safe, reliable towing. Come to Cannons of Jacks, where service is our #1 priority and we treat our customers as we like to be treated. Check us out online, cannonsofjacks.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
One of my favorite Journey songs. They were in town, about 3 weeks ago or so? Thanking the folks over at Miller Electric for getting me up in their suite. And the GF, which meant free booze and a free ride home. But they did not play that song, which was a little bit disappointing. Outside of that, it was a fantastic concert inside the Veterans Arena. All right, we got a lot to do tonight. We really do. This is going to be a packed program. Tonight's show is brought to you by the good folks over at the Alexander Law Practice. I need to get Rick on, hopefully tomorrow, if not Friday, to kind of get into some of this stuff that's going on with the NCAA, their 5-year rule, which I didn't even really discuss yesterday because there's so much bigger news coming involved with the NCAA. And, of course, everything on Brendan Sorsby. But that'll be coming up probably tomorrow, if not again on Friday. I'll tell you more about the Alexander Law Practice in just 1 second. Jared Justice is here. Are you settling in on the other side?
I am trying my best.
Yeah?
I still do not have a couch.
Wow.
I'm still on a lawn chair.
Really? You're on a lawn chair in your apartment?
Yeah.
Well, we got to get you a couch.
I mean, if I'm at that point where there's an old joke, you drive around long enough, you'll find a couch.
Sure.
So,
I mean, there's got to be a few on street corners or something along those lines. I'd like to give a big tip of the cap to Blue Collar Nation today. I took a walk around the hood, and we got hit with a storm, and there were a lot of blue-collar folks out there sweating it. I took a walk. I got all lathered up, and it felt real good. But I've seen couches. Now, is a couch something that you can go after? I know I did in college and stuff like that. It was never a problem. I think, the ladies of the world are going to say, there's no way I'm picking up a couch on a street corner. But I think guys are like, you know what? We'll give it a little scrub down. We'll pressure wash that bad boy, whatever it may be, and stick it right in the living room.
I mean, that's kind of how I've always done it, is you just wander around, you see two guys about to load it into the dumpster, and you go, did anyone die on it? No? All right, put it in the back of my friend's truck.
All right, we need to get Jared a couch. Maybe you folks out there can help us. 641-1010 on the text line, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. You can also nail us tonight on YouTube at 1010XL as you go into the night. So if you have any leads on a couch, please let us know. I was wrong about Brenton Strange. Not that he got re-signed, but I thought he would be second. I figured it was Parker Washington who was next up. Of course, they were teammates together at Penn State. I was wrong. It's Brenton Strange. And again, as I spent the first 15 minutes discussing, I'm very excited about this signing. I think you should be excited about this signing as well, for the main reason that you're keeping the nucleus of this football team intact. And if you want to go the route of Lloyd, fine. If you want to go the route of Achon, fine. If you want to go the route or make it the route of Etienne, you can. You can do that as well. Either one is fine. But that's a pleasant problem. It is. Jacksonville's dealing with two pleasant problems right now. Actually, three pleasant problems right now. And frankly, they are things that this organization has almost never heard of. Number one, re-signing your own players. Great teams aren't able to re-sign all of their drafted players. They're just not. Go through history, starting 2000, look at the most successful teams. And I'm not talking about free agents, whether or not you re-up with them. I'm talking about guys you go out and you draft. Okay? Number two, not enough balls to go around. That's never been said here. Never. I mean, even in their great run in the mid to late 90s, Brunell never threw for more than 20 touchdowns a year. You had great backs who put up north of 1,000. You had very, very talented wide receivers in Jimmy and Keenan. Very good tight end in Pete Mitchell. But you never, if I was to go back to my ball days, that would include my colleagues as well. I don't think that expression was mentioned once. Oh, there's not enough balls to go. No, it was never said. Number three, your coaching staff is intact. Your offensive and defensive coordinator interviewed for jobs. You're going to lose them. Maybe as early as this February. You're going to lose them. Okay, now, if they crumble, a lot of that has to do with how well the team is doing. Obviously, you're aware of that. So just consider those three things with this football team. You know, I didn't mention at the top, also, you got to look at special teams. They re-upped again with Logan Cook, who I think is the best punter in pro football. They re-upped with Ross Matisic, who is considered one of the top snappers in football. And, you know, we'll see what happens here with the young gun, right? He's got to become eligible. He's only played a couple of years in the NFL when you talk about Cam Little. So he's got to go through one more season. But, you know, all of a sudden kickers are starting to get paid. I mean, look at this guy's 57 of 63 in his career with field goals, 90.5%. We don't talk about kicking all that much. He's 13 for 13 when it's between 20 and 29 yards. He's 15 of 15 when it's between 30 and 39 yards. He's 16 of 19 when it's between 40 and 49 yards. Plus 50? Dude is 13 of 16 in 50 plus. Think about that. He's also made 77 of his 78 extra points. All right, he missed in the playoffs. What was it, a 52-yarder? Great special teams. Absolutely sensational special teams. All right, let's get into who's next. Maybe we'll play some Who. The Who's Next. One of the greatest album covers of all time. All right, I mean, you've got Townsend, the late Keith Moon. You've got the late John Entwistle. You've got Roger Daltrey, and you've got the tracks on a building of something that men can do while standing up. If you don't know what I'm talking about, for crying out loud, Google the Who's Next. All right, tonight's show brought to you by Alexander Law Practice. Man, I'm still haunted by the accident I saw yesterday. An 18-wheeler with a small car. It was not pretty. And I'm going to be talking about Diana Rossini a little bit coming up. Why? Why the hell not? Okay? But she got rung up twice, according to the New York Times, for all the audacity of driving and texting. She got pulled over twice by the cops. According to the New York Times article, she called the head coach of the top cops' favorite team. Got out of the ticket. Okay? You may not be so lucky. However, you also may get really hurt in a car accident. And that's scary. That's where Rick Alexander comes into play. For starters, you're never going to have to spend any money, period. You're never coming out of pocket. No retainer fee, no consultation fee, nothing. You're not going to get billed for the phone call. You're not going to get billed for reaching out to them online. And then explain to Rick what happened. Your car is totaled. You're physically beaten up. There's not a bad question that you can ask. Rick Alexander has spent his entire adult life doing this, and he's been recognized, and he's been awarded, different achievements and what have you during his very successful practice. But he deals directly with you. Okay. A lot of law firms can't say that. Go to Alexander Law Practice. Remember, you're never going to come out of pocket. This has happened to you, colleague, neighbor, whatever. Make sure you point out Alexander Law Practice.
Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care, Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Jack C. Wilson Roofing Company is hiring for an estimator. Are you a motivated, customer-focused professional who enjoys working with people and doing things the right way? We want to hear from you. Send your resume to JCW Roof at jcwroof.com or call 904-396-1546. Family owned and operated since 1946. Jack C. Wilson Roofing Company, the first name in Jacksonville roofing.
When the world turns its attention to the beautiful game, the most passionate fans know the best seat in the house isn't always in the stadium. Modelo celebrates football and the world of nations playing for the cup. 48 teams, 104 games. Wherever you choose to watch, make it the best seat in the house with a Modelo Especial in hand. It's time to play for the World Cup.
Ah, this feeling is brought to you by Aleve for back pain relief. What feeling is that, you ask? Well, it's the feeling you feel when you have relief from back pain. That move how you want to, not how you have to feeling. That keep going through your day without slowing you down feeling. The kind that brings you back to yourself all day long without interruption. Oh, yeah. Because Aleve offers long-lasting pain relief. Feel up to 12 hours of back pain relief with one dose. Feel Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Not everyone is built for a cubicle. At Local 234, apprentices get paid to learn hands-on skills like plumbing, pipe fitting, HVAC, the stuff Jacksonville runs on. No endless lectures, no massive student debt, just hands-on training, real jobs, and real pay. This is how you level up, by doing work that actually matters. Check them out at UA234.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Local 234. Make the right connection.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at over $5,000 per ounce, and silver is over $100 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold and silver for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
How wide is home plate in baseball?
Southern Oak Insurance is proud to continue offering coverage statewide. Financial stability makes Southern Oak Insurance a wise choice for your homeowner's insurance needs. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The home plate in baseball is a generous 17 inches wide, although most major league pitchers would think otherwise.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
You know, folks, you're allowed to just drive and listen to Into the Night. You don't have to grab your phone. You don't have to text. You don't have to be a part of an accident. I will give Diana Rossini a lot of credit, though, getting to the top cop and saying, who's your favorite team? And we don't know who that team is. This is according to the New York Times, who they finally came through with their very thorough, exhausting investigation on a young lady making apparently $800 large a year. But she called that head coach. That head coach called the top cop. Diana Rossini got out of the ticket. I mean, that's almost as good. Tiger Woods saying, hold on, I'm getting off the phone here with President Trump. That's still number one. I got to put Rossini at 2. Because I think we all know, and if there's police officers driving around, and I know a lot of them listen, we have the ultimate respect for you. You're doing your job, you're underpaid, and you put your life at risk all the time. But I'm sure every police officer listening has dealt with the, do you know who I am? Which to me is like the greatest thing you can ever say to a cop. Maybe the only thing better would be, excuse me, sir, have you been drinking? Yeah, I've only had 2 beers, right? I mean, if you're going to go to the 2 beer, you might as well just walk out and put your hands behind your back because you're going to jail. It's as simple as that. But I think we all know of someone, somewhere, whether it's the tiniest little backwards-ass town or a major metropolitan city, who's going to go to the, do you know who I am? I love it. Absolutely love it. But Rossini, we'll put you in it too. That's neat. Using your power to call a head coach. Wow. Just imagine what that is. I mean, some cop on the force who receives the call. I mean, imagine if you could start eliminating coaches immediately. There's no way that Bill Belichick's going to call a top cop on behalf of Diana Rossini. The obvious name would be Vrabel, but is there a cop anywhere at any point that would name Mike Vrabel as their favorite head coach or their favorite team?
I mean, if she was pulled over in Boston, maybe. But I know that the internet rumor is that it was a Buffalo Bills.
Ooh.
But we don't know which
good.
Buffalo Bills coach.
Very, very good. Okay. This stuff is pretty interesting. Oh, by the way, we'll get to this a little bit later on. The thing I love in the New York Times is where apparently she became an unofficial advisor to the vacancy of a job for Mike Vrabel. And there are people on social media that are like, my goodness, Diana Rossini, she got Mike Vrabel that job in New England. I'm like, are you kidding me? I mean, Mike Vrabel caught Super Bowl touchdowns as an extra offensive lineman, even though he was an every down linebacker. Mike Vrabel won Super Bowls in New England. Mike Vrabel absolutely knows what Robert Kraft is all about. No, it's Diana Rossini. She placed the phone call. Hey, Robert, how are you? It's Diana Rossini. I think you should really consider Mike Vrabel as your next head coach. So it's a little bit of a hatchet job. I'm actually really surprised that the New York Times put in the effort and time and money to someone who's no longer an employee. My only reasoning here would be, even though she resigned, what if she was fired? And they just announced the resignation, because if fired, then you got to bring up cause, right? She was fired for cause. Well, she could fight that. Remember, she denied all these allegations. She could lawyer up and go after the New York Times. You know, the New York Times does own The Athletic, and then say, we're suing you for this amount of money. Therefore, they went through this investigation, which took weeks. Very surprised by this. But anyway, more to come on Diana Rossini. And we may even get to that in a second. Now, we may. We also may not. Hey, Mike DeRocco, before our we got a few minutes right here before the break. Do we?
Yeah, you have time.
You figured I'd learned the breaks. I've only been here for 20 years. And that's not a sign of me losing it now. Okay? It's not. I just get nervous every once in a while here behind the mic. And when things like that happen, I begin to forget a little bit. Yeah, I tell you who I won't forget, Mike DeRocco. I can go back to the days when D-Rock was covering the Jacksonville Lizard Kings beat. And I was the color analyst who would get $50 a game and 2 draft beers. Had a Harry Carey I had a Harry Carey inclusion to my contract. My contract was a half page long. Can you imagine the contract of Brenton Strange? How many pages and pages and pages and pages and, this NCAA stuff, which you're going to get into with Rick Alexander maybe tomorrow, and their announcement about the 5 years, the no more red shirting, but just the pages and pages and everything put into a contract and everything. Mine was a half page. The games would start at 7. I get off the air at 7. So I'd arrive with about 10 minutes to go in the first period. 2 beers and $50. DeRocco was the beat writer. Anyway, DeRocco today, ESPN, he's the one who came forward with this information. Again, I always credit. Brenton Strange, 11-1 in the 12 games that he played. The football team averaged 30.1 points a game in the 12 that he played. In the 5 that he did not, Jacksonville, 2-3, 22.6 points a game. So I'll let you do the math. Okay? It's about 8 points. But how about 11-1 with, 2-3 without? That is a huge, huge number. And I'll give credit to D-Rock as well. He got ahead of this. This was in print, before the signing that came into. Boy, I love Jordan Schultz. He sent me the text, right, and I wasn't on my phone. About 20 minutes had gone by, but I talk often to these a few people in the league that are really, really good who return texts. And, there are some that just don't, but I'm sure you deal with that as well. In anything that it is, it could even be family, it could be work, it could be anything. There are people that just don't return texts. Jordan Schultz absolutely does. I have him on once in a while. He's a busy guy, but I just love the fact that he responds to me. He came forward with that today. I was like, wow, they got it done the very next day. Ryan O'Howard and I had a conversation about this last night, and they got it done today. It's a wonderful signing by this football team. Again, I never give advice, but let me tell you something which may benefit you, whether you are a man or a woman, okay? Returning a text is very important. Not returning a text is awful. You know who doesn't return texts? People in the sales world. When you're trying to get a buy, when you're trying to get them to spend money, instead of saying, listen, I'm not going to spend any money with you, lose my number, they don't respond. It's rude. It's awful. Okay? Salespeople deal with that all the time. That's professional. That's your professional life. When you text someone that you work with, when you text someone who is a friend, when you text someone who is part of your family and you don't respond, brother, that is awful. It is the complete, absolute number one total lack of respect, in my opinion. I try to return every single one of your texts on our text line during the show. I don't care who you are, what your standing is, I always respond. Not telling you what to do, not giving you any advice. Just simply returning a text, returning a message. Could go a long way.
We got a great show for you today.
Join the 1010XL Podcast Network.
A big show.
Now you can find all your favorite 1010XL podcasts in your platform of choice.
A king-size show.
Hey folks, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods, a Jacksonville family business for nearly 70 years. Heck, I've been talking about them for over a decade. The Thompson family secret, Dandy's never frozen, always fresh baked bread with quality meats and cheeses, no dry crumbly subs here, only soft and tasty deliciousness. When I see that logo with the little dude with the cane on the label, it tells me I'm getting a trusted brand, a quality sandwich. So do what I do and stop in at a Daly's and make yours a dandy today.
Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why we are North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes in our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. KeyBuickGMC.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
Life is about choices and the decisions you make. I'm David Robbins with Epstein & Robbins. If you're convicted of a DUI, you'll have to face severe consequences. Walking through the doors of the courthouse or appearing at a bond hearing can be extremely intimidating. Without the right lawyer, you're likely to make the wrong decision. Let our team help you make the right decisions in court. Epstein & Robbins, the right choice.
Epstein & Robbins. Fighting for your rights since 1975.
Good people drink good beer, and great people drink Mocama, a refined craft brewery out of Fernandina Beach, Florida. Mokama Beer Company brings sophisticated flagship beers, including Cosmico IPA and Dune Garden Lager, to the greater Jacksonville area. Whether you're hitting the water with friends or enjoying a backyard barbecue, Mokama has the perfect pair for your summer activities. Look for us wherever great beers are sold and find your Mokama.
What if your next fun day out costs just $70 to play all day? That's exactly what you get at the Battalion Airsoft Arena, the only indoor airsoft battlefield in Jax. Skip the same old boring entertainment choices and step into real action with your crew. Perfect for birthdays, company team building, graduation parties, or just epic weekend fun. No experience? No problem. The Battalion package includes everything: gun, mask, and ammo with unlimited play. So lock in your mission now at BattalionAirsoftArena.com.
Summer is made for road trips, beach days, and family vacations. Before you hit the road, make sure your vehicle is ready at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Their trusted technicians can handle your oil change, fluids, filters, and more, all while you stay comfortably in your vehicle. No appointment needed. With convenient locations, a 4.7-star national rating, and named #1 quick lube for customer service by Forbes, it's easy to see why drivers choose Valvoline. Get road trip ready today at Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Hey, it's Greg, and if you've seen me around the 1010XL offices, I'm now down 29 pounds thanks to Awaken 180, and honestly, I feel fantastic. I'm sleeping better, moving better, and apparently I'm even walking faster. My son came home from college and said, "Dad, it's night and day." He couldn't believe how much weight I'd lost. Some people have actually started referring to me as skinny, which I haven't heard that in decades. What I've really noticed is the mental side of it. You know, there's something powerful about seeing progress, feeling better about yourself, and knowing you're moving in the right direction. And the support has been incredible. My Awaken 180 coach, family, friends, coworkers, they keep encouraging me, and it's helped me turn better choices into real habits. I'm more than halfway to my goal, and it's actually getting easier. If you're a regular guy like me who's put this off for too long, don't wait another week. Awaken 180 helps you lose weight fast, but more importantly, teaches you how to keep it off. Schedule a consultation today and see what Awaken 180 can do for you. Awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Baseball, baseball, baseball tonight. What a matchup. Ohtani against Joe Ryan. It'll be in the Twin Cities. I've seen a few baseball games in Minnesota the year the Jaguars practiced against the Vikings. Great downtown in the summer. And what's there not to love about Minneapolis? And this matchup tonight, Ohtani 7-2, a 1.47 with a 0.88 whip. Ryan 5-3, a 2.99 ERA with a 1 whip. So what's the run total on this? 7.5. You know, it's scary because you know both teams are going to go to the bullpen. It's very rare nowadays to have any of these guys go 7 or more. And even if it's a 2-1 game or something like that, once you dive into the bullpens, that's typically where the run level is going to change on you. All right. Hey, listen, I want to thank all the listeners. I'm getting 7,000 people telling me who out there does not return texts. I've had it mentioned from friends to famous people, including Rosie O'Donnell. The CRS 092 doesn't return texts or calls. I don't know. I've never tried to reach out to Rosie. Speaking of Rosie, I'm going to get to something coming up in our second hour, which I'm going to be very, very, very serious about. Okay? And I do. I feel real deep about this, but I'm going to tease it. It's coming up in about 20 minutes because we're going to certainly bring in John Osher before that, and he is going to join us at 7 o'clock. And, you know, I as well want to get to you in our second hour. And, you know, I think where Jacksonville is at right now, you've got to be feeling very, very good about the way that this organization is being structured. However, it becomes a, what have you done for me lately? We'll see how this has an effect on the salary cap. It has not been updated as of right now, according to overthecap.com, because I remember mentioning the figure a night ago, $9,407,000. I don't know how much will be taken off of that because of the signing bonus and what it'll actually do over the next 4 years. Remember, he's going to play this year under his current salary. It's a 3-year extension that'll come into play in 2027, 2028, 2029. A lot of people misread a lot of this. I've been hearing, for the last 2 years, Trevor hasn't lived up to his contract. Well, the Trevor Lawrence contract extension actually begins this year. Okay? So he has not played under that salary. And, I don't know when that exactly did change, but I remember there was a time, and this was in baseball as well, where they'd rip up deals and just give you a brand new deal. It seems like nowadays, for the most part, it's an extension. And then you can restructure it. We've seen that several times so far, including just with Myles Garrett, like a week or so ago. They totally redid his deal after the trade from Cleveland going off to Los Angeles. So we're going to do that in our second hour as well. I want you to tell me, I think I know the obvious answer, Parker Washington, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you think it's Devon Hamilton. Maybe you think it's Ventrell Miller. Maybe you think it's Antonio Johnson. Maybe you think it's Eric Armstead. Maybe you think it's Ezra Cleveland. Who's next? A lot of free agents still out there for the Jaguars. 641-1010 on the text line. Brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures if you want to join us. You can also on YouTube tonight. Go to 1010XL Into the Night.
He writes. He speaks.
Amazing, isn't it?
He's nationally syndicated sports writer Matt Hayes, and he's on XL Primetime. Weekdays noon to 2 on 1010XL.
Ballou here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Care you can see.
Hacker here for Cornerstone Interior Solutions. If your AC is working overtime every summer, your insulation may be the problem. Homeowners and builders across Northeast Florida are calling Cornerstone to upgrade to spray foam insulation. It seals homes, crawl spaces, garages, blocking in cool air and blocking out heat. So your home stays cooler, your system runs easier, and your energy bills stay under control. Don't wait for peak heat. Visit CornerstoneInteriorSolutions.com.
When you want to be heard, send your opinion to the 1010XL text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
Thank you for believing in me when the bosses didn't give me a chance.
641-1010. No texting and driving. Get your thoughts heard on 1010XL.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. From GFL, Green for Life.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
You may not be able to control the air you breathe on the outside, but you certainly can on the inside of your home. Just call Florida Home AC and ask about the Remy Halo. It's the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
Everyone's loving the incredible free finance offer at Beard's Diamonds, but you have to hurry. Time is running out. You have until 6 p.m. on June 30th to get zero interest financing for 5 whole years. This extraordinary offer will not be extended, so don't wait. Beards has the engagement rings, the wedding bands, the earrings, pendants, bracelets, case after case of exquisite jewelry she wants. You can get the lowest price now and then spread your payments over 5 years with zero interest. Take a $6,000 diamond tennis bracelet, get Beard's value price, pay zero down, and pay just $100 a month for 5 years. In a world of high interest rates, this is almost too good to be true. But it's happening now through June 30th at Beard's Diamonds. Beard's Diamonds, the only local jeweler at the town center, giving Jacksonville the selection, value, service, and quality you deserve. The big box chain stores can't even come close. So hurry in to take advantage of free financing. Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center. On approved credit, see store for details.
Hi, this is Randy Goodwin with PRI Productions. We're proud to partner with Dreams Come True, a Jacksonville nonprofit that grants the dreams of children that are facing life-threatening illnesses. Join us for Dream Day on Saturday, June 27th from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. at PRI Productions, located at 1819 Kings Avenue in San Marco. Come cheer on 35 incredible children and help make their day unforgettable. It's all free. You just need to be there Saturday, June 27th, Dream Day. Hope to see you there.
Hey guys, Hickett here. The 4th of July just around the corner. I don't know about you. I don't want my family and friends running around on filthy carpet. Guess what? Flash sale time, baby. Call and book Zero Res this week. You'll get 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $135, and you get a hallway for free. Flash sale, that's right. Get 3 rooms for $135 plus a free hallway. So this week only, visit ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell them 1010XL sent you for the flash sale.
Zero Res.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
All right, every 7 o'clock on a Wednesday night, we check in with the senior writer at Jaguars.com. He is a hockey enthusiast. He is also a longtime member of the media covering Duval. John Osher, senior writer, Jaguars.com. How you doing, John?
I'm a World Cup enthusiast now, Rick. The World Cup. That's
You know,
my bag.
it's I was in Boston and there were some games on, including the victory over not who was it against Australia, right? They knocked off Australia, and it was just crazy in the city. So it's been a great off season so far. There's been a lot going on.
Yeah, you had to have been fired up to hang out with the Scotland fans, right? I hear they were nuts.
Yeah, I got Scottish Irish in my mom's side of the family. Cutter, we're Scottish Irish, so
Yeah,
I drank
guess they're
Guinness with them.
Crazy wherever they go. It's
Yeah,
kinda fun.
and they were. I would say that they were unbelievable fans. All the different groups that came in, Norway, Morocco, among others. But anyway, it was a great time. No question about that. All right. You and I have had a conversation about Brenton Strange forever about the contract. I think Jaguars fans should be thrilled about this deal. I think it's a win for Brenton Strange. I also equally think it's a win for the Jaguars as a football organization.
Yeah, it's a good deal. It struck me as a fair deal. I think there was probably an element of Brenton looking at it and saying, you know what, I can sign it now. I probably, had he played the whole season, been as good as I think he's going to be, probably would have gotten more at the end of the season, because that's usually how it works. You know, the longer you wait, the more you can get if you maximize it. But I think he looked at it and said, I assume I haven't talked to him, obviously, but a good deal, a fair deal. It's money in the bank, to use the cliche. You know, if you get hurt in a season, deals can be different at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So, look, this was and I'm not saying this remotely as an insult to the deal, so it doesn't come out that way, but it was a meat and potatoes deal for a meat and potatoes player. And by meat and potatoes, I mean a foundational, good deal for the Jaguars. He is a great player, an incredibly important player. to me, he's one of the 2 or 3 most important players on this team at his position. Again, everything about it sort of feels like it was supposed to be this way, and I think it's a very important deal for the Jags because, again, to me, Trevor Lawrence, Trayvon Walker, and Brenton Strange, to me, are the 3 guys that you do not want to take the field without.
Mm-hmm.
And there's more. I mean, but if I had to have 3, and you said you can secure these players for every game and know they're going to be out there, and they're going to be 100% healthy, I would want those 3 guys 100% healthy, probably as much as anybody on the roster. I think they're the core.
You get asked all the time about hometown discounts, and I basically said they don't apply anymore. Those days are gone, and I think most of that is because of the agents saying, let's get more, let's get more, let's get more. But you're dead on here. I mean, if he played a full season and was productive, he could have made more money. I think he looked at the fact that he missed 5 games a year ago. He missed 3 games as a rookie. He fits into this offense. And what is also very comfortable, I got to believe for Jaguars fans knowing, is that he obviously wants to be here in this city playing for this football team. And that gets lost in a lot of negotiations.
Yeah, and I think you've got a situation where all 3 of them, and there's many more guys who fit this, but all 3 of those guys I mentioned fit that, right? Trevor wants to be in Jacksonville. Trayvon wanted to be in Jacksonville. They were drafted players who want to be here, want to form the core. All of that, not everything, but it's very indicative of where this franchise is, that it wasn't there 3 or 4 years ago. So they're re-signing their own guys. They're good guys. They approach it the right way. They're tough guys, which this franchise loves. So I absolutely believe. Again, I've had Brenton on the Ozone podcast a couple of times, talked to him a couple of times. He's a smart guy who appreciates where he is in life. He appreciates the opportunity. And I do think he looks around at the Jaguars and says, you know what? This is a place where I can thrive. He's still young. I don't doubt that he's going to be a very good player at the end of this 3-year contract. I don't think this is his last money. And I think being here in a position to thrive will help that next contract be sky high as well.
If you're joining us for the first time and you have not heard, Brenton Strange today, a 3-year contract extension. It's good through the 2029 season. 3 years, $48 million, 25 of which is guaranteed. And, my opinion, final thought on Strange, but my opinion is ETN reached his pinnacle. He's going to put up similar numbers in New Orleans. We saw Devin Lloyd have, I want to say, the best season that he's ever going to have in his career. This is different for Brenton Strange. And I think the same thing applies to Buster Brown and it applies to Cole Van Lannon, where this organization thinks that those 3, their best football is still to come.
Yeah, and I really think, I agree with you. It applies to all 3. I really think it applies to Brenton Strange in a big way. They're leaning toward using the tight ends more. We've all talked about that all season. Borkature being here and being able to take a little bit of the blocking burden off of Brenton Strange. I think that, it's another reason I think Brenton Strange signed for maybe a deal that wasn't absolutely bust the bank tight end, because his receiving numbers, he's not just a receiving yardage tight end. He's everything. But that can hurt you in negotiations a little bit because everybody loves numbers. But I think his numbers, I don't know what they'll be, but I think they'll be good enough next year. I would be surprised if he's healthy, if he's not a real conversation for Pro Bowl All-Pro.
Yeah.
I think he's that good, and I think the Jaguars think he's that good too.
All right, John, let's wrap with who's next. And obviously it's Parker, and everything you said describing Brenton Strange, in my opinion, I don't know him well. I know him only from talking with him after a game or after a practice. But Parker Washington, very similar traits to Brenton Strange. We've seen some wide receiver money just get funny during this offseason. What do you think is going to happen there?
Yeah, I think the wide receiver money is interesting because it's so much more high profile and it's so much more accelerated around the league than tight ends. I guess because there's more of them, they put up better numbers. That's the diva position, the rock star position. I think that'll be tougher than Brenton, only because Parker was outstanding the last half of last season, didn't have 1,000-yard season, so it's hard to pay. It's hard to know what to pay him because I think there's a very, very good chance that he's going to be outstanding Pro Bowl level receiver guy. Hasn't really done that, to make the contract make sense right now. And as soon as I say that, every measuring stick, meaning every time of year, he keeps on excelling, meaning he was unbelievable in training camp last year. Then he was unbelievable in the regular season. He was fantastic in OTAs. So he keeps doing everything right where you're like, this kid is just going to keep getting better and better and better. I just think it's hard to find the price point, but I don't doubt for a minute that they're going to try to find it. And if you'd asked me yesterday who I thought would sign first, I thought it'd be Brenton. But I would also said I think they're both going to be with the Jaguars for the foreseeable future. I think Parker Washington is just a matter of figuring out the right price point and figuring out when it makes sense to do it.
Yeah.
They love Parker. I think Parker wants to be here, but Parker also needs to make sure he gets the biggest contract he can. So these things sometimes take time, and I think Parker, maybe it happens tomorrow, I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me if it takes a while because you're trying to find out the sweet spot because you want to make it work for both sides.
You're on top of it, John. We were talking about this yesterday. I thought Parker would be first and then Strange second, but it got to, and how about it getting done right after this Kyle Pitts deal? I mean, that on top of it was like, wow. I mean, I know he's a totally different tight end than Kyle Pitts, and Kyle Pitts is the number 1, number 2 guy with Drake London in Atlanta. Of course, around here they try to spread things evenly throughout the course of the team. But all right, John. I mean, are you gonna get away for a day or two for crying out loud? I don't want to be the one to tell you that training camp starts in exactly 1 month.
Yeah, it starts soon. The wife is recovering from knee surgery, so Mrs. Ozone's sort of on the mend. So we're watching a little World Cup. We're trying to get her back to 100%. I mean, she's got to be ready for camp, Rick. When they start hitting 5 days after camp opens.
No doubt. I recommend some Irish. I recommend some Irish whiskey for that knee.
Well, I will recommend that as well.
All right, there you go. Hey, always a lot of fun, John. Thank you.
All right, buddy. We'll see you.
There he goes. Maybe the red breast is really good. I might have had just a tiny bit of that at my cousin's house, or I should say 3 houses. One in the city, one in Hingham, one in Cape. He happened to have a bottle of red breast at all 3. I used to do the Jameson. Where I grew up, it still kind of applied. The Irish Catholics drank the Jameson, the Protestants drank the Bushmills. Tullamore Dew to me has always kind of been my go-to. But I'll try anything that is Irish whiskey. I will. What's your go-to? Are you a liquor guy or are you a beer guy?
I'm a liquor guy.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. What are you a Scotch, whiskey, bourbon?
I mean, it depends on what we're doing that night. Typically, lately it's been gin and yellow Red Bull has been really fun. But bourbon and Coke is always easy. Scotch neat, nice Macallan would be great. But,
Yeah.
I'm down to party.
I'm glad you said neat. Outside of a pickleback, I can't do brown liquor cold. It's got to be neat. And gin, man, my dad, for his later years, he would be at a place called The Landing at 3:30 every day, and he'd have 2 Beefeater gin martinis with 3 olives, and then he'd chase it down with a couple of 3 or 4 Mick Ultras, and he'd get back to the house by 6 o'clock, and he'd apparently listen every night, but I'd call him at 8, and his question would be something like, Ricky, what do you think about the Brenton Strange signing? I was like, Dad, I just spent 2 hours talking about it. You tell me you're listening in Tampa. It was classic anyway. But good for you, man. And not as though it would have any effect on you, but for someone like me, that's less calories. I should probably switch to liquor only.
I mean, I probably need it. I probably need to put like protein powder in there to get my calories up because I barely eat.
Yeah. Well, I can't say the same. I don't miss meals, and I just love crushing beers. I mean, I do. I just love the taste of it. I need it ice cold, and it is my go-to. But yeah, I tried. I told you I tried some sort of seltzer, and someone sent me a clip. What was that on? Was it on Twitter? Was it on Instagram? I don't do much on here. Was it Jerry who did? Jerry sent it to me. Sun Cruiser. Have you seen them around?
Yep. They were
on the golf course. It was pretty good.
In Vegas, there was a point when they first launched that you couldn't find them in grocery stores because like the young kids had gone through and just like bought them all in the first weekend. It was kind of crazy.
Well, I'll tell you what the young kids don't do. They don't drink domestics. I had a thing with Miller Lite for 15 years. Okay. The kids don't drink Miller Lite. The kids don't drink Bud Light. The kids don't drink Michelob Ultra. Okay. The kids drink these IPAs that, the recipe came from their uncle in prison who made it in a toilet. And now all of a sudden they bring it back here. They bottle that stuff up. They rack it and they sell it. Kids are like, Mommy, Daddy, can I have $30? I want to get myself a 6-pack of this IPA. And that's what it's all about.
And the alcohol content is like 13%.
I know. Listen, I've been through all the stages, but I love what drinking multiple beers does to me. I love the feeling. I love the euphoria. I become much more of a happy believe it or not, I'm actually a very happy guy. I know you wouldn't believe that by listening to this show because a lot of what I do is complain about sports teams. I very rarely complain about anything else. But there's nothing worse than an angry drunk, and I saw that as a bartender. I don't think there's anything better than a happy drunk. They are sensational. I just love the taste of it. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
This World Cup soccer update is laced up by Valvoline Instant Oil Changes and Houston's Meats.
Westwood One Sports presents this World Soccer Update, sponsored by Henkel, official partner of U.S. Soccer. Halftime in Group C, and the action is heating up. Brazil leads Scotland in Miami 2-0. Vinicius Jr. with both goals, including a back post header in stoppage time, bringing him up to 4 in the tournament. Meanwhile, Morocco and Haiti are tied at 2 apiece at halftime in a back-and-forth affair. Haiti already eliminated, but seeking the shock upset. As it stands, Brazil tops Group C. We had our first group champion earlier today. Switzerland took Group B with the 2-1 win over Canada. Canada finishing second in the group as a host nation. Bosnia locked up third place in Group B, outscoring Qatar 3-1 in Seattle. That makes Bosnia a very likely opponent for the United States in the round of 32. With this World Soccer Update, I'm Lucas Panzica, Westwood One Sports.
Get ready to gear up for the final stretch. Henkel Summer of Soccer Sweepstakes is giving fans the chance to win U.S. Soccer store gift cards to stock up on everything you need to support the home team. Last chance to win, enter now. No purchase necessary. Starts June 16th and ends July 31st, 2026. Must be 18 and a resident of the contiguous United States. Sponsored by Henkel. Henkel, proud partner of U.S. Soccer.
can never have too many tools. Shop DeWalt deals at Lowe's. Get a free Select DeWalt 20-volt max power tool when you buy a Select 20-volt max 5-amp-hour battery kit. Plus, get a free additional DeWalt 20-volt max 8-amp-hour battery when you buy a DeWalt 10-inch 20-volt max dual-bevel compounded miter saw. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 6/24 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
After attending a Saturday Bumps and Bruises clinic by Southeast orthopedic specialist, my son's hip and shoulder issues were diagnosed quickly, and he's back playing. As a busy family, we really appreciate their prompt attention.
I've been having knee problems for probably 6 months, and I had heard about Southeast Orthopedics on the radio, and I gave them a call. They got me right in. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. It was painless, and it's been doing fantastic.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Rick Ballou for DraftKings Sports is live in all 50 states. Yes, that means you, Florida. The whole world is watching one tournament right now. Group stage chaos, knockout drama, stoppage time heartbreak. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in Florida, so whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you are in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in Florida, the world's biggest stage is in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with the code 1010XL, spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards. That's code 1010XL. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss, market availability varies, eligibility restrictions apply, $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issued in non-withdrawable. Predictions, dollars that expire in 1 year, ends June 28th. Terms, dkng.co/predictions. Promo.
America's turning 250, and Superior Fireworks is ready for the biggest 4th of July in a generation. Beat the rush and save during their 4th of July early sale, now through June 30th. Shop early for the best prices, selection, and shopping experience before huge last-minute crowds arrive. Superior Fireworks, the locally owned fireworks superstore, right on Blanding Boulevard in Orange Park and at superiorfireworks.com/radio.
Ballou here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Jewington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
Bueller.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, I haven't seen you in a while, pal. Where have you been?
Out on the town, every night.
Way to go, Tiger.
Well, it's a bit of a mystery, Jason. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm getting all these Visa gift cards in the mail. I'm spending them as fast as I can, but...
Wait, you're getting random gift cards in the mail?
$25, $100. I'm buying drinks, I'm buying dinner. I don't think I'm cut out to be a social butterfly, Jason.
Pal, those are from our Bueller Air and Plumbing referral program.
They are?
Yeah. If you recommend Bueller Air and Plumbing to a friend or family member and they book us for a service call, we send you a $25 Visa gift card as a thank you. And if we install a new system, we send a $100 gift card.
So if I take a girl out and tell her about Bueller, I might get enough to take another girl out and tell her about Bueller?
I mean, it's not the worst idea you've had.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty.
Wait,
what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
let's get to some of your feedback. Who's next? After the deal that has gone in today with Brenton Strange, 3 years, $48 million, 25 of which is guaranteed. It'll be good through the 2029 season. So it is a 3-year extension beginning in 2027, 8 and 9. Big fan of that. 51-27 Ballou. I think the signing is great. Now you can always franchise Parker. You let the season play out and then determine what to do. Yep, that's fair. And, they picked up the 5th-year option on Anton Harrison as a first-round pick. As you people know, it only applies for first-round picks. I happen to be one of those who believes the sooner you get this deal done for Parker Washington, the better off you are, because these wide receiver figures are just out of this world. They're going up, and they are going up. It says, Ballou, you mentioned the ball. You were good then, better now. Really? Well, of course. I would think so. I appreciate the comments, but I was 25 then. I was young. I was certainly a massive punk. And you know what? I had nothing to lose. They weren't paying me anything. I wasn't married. I didn't have any kids. I had nothing to lose. So that's probably why I got fired. That whole stuff about me hitting the boss, well, maybe I'll put it in the book. Maybe I won't. But I'm mellow now. I don't take chances the way that I once did. 6936, teenage nieces and nephews don't return texts unless I'm texting my nephew about the Jags. That's interesting. 0976, now people are all going to drown you with texts to see if you return them all. No doubt. Brendan Sorsby doesn't return texts. Oh. Yeah, especially if it's like good-looking Sal from a pool hall. 3326. They never even asked me how much I had to drink when I got the DUI. The cop walked up to my window, looked at my... I looked like Forrest Whitaker. They flew him in for games. Right? That's Big Forrest. Fast Time at Ridgemont High. Now, tell me you've seen that. You're old enough that you've seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Phoebe Cates? Yeah.
Oh, man. Phoebe Cates. That's like one of the first times I may have ever seen that. But what a cast. And it's legendary. But Forrest Whitaker, man, it was great. They flew him in. As a high school player, they flew him in. Again, all right, we got a video here. I don't know what's going on. I can't figure that out. Tell them to go to Facebook Marketplace for a cheap couch. They have great ones on there. Okay. People are looking out for you. We're trying to get Jared a couch here. So some people getting in with that. 3580 Ballou. It's called urban mining. I lived through college with the street corner furniture. There's no doubt. There's I'd be embarrassed my first couple of years to think how many times I actually washed my sheets. Okay. Now that changed when I finally got an apartment and you had a washer and a dryer. I mean, obviously, but I'm talking about the first couple of years. 3600. You have to stop pronouncing ETN's last name like that. I don't care if that's what he says. He doesn't know. That's why I said, listen, you lost Achon or you lost ETN. And when you say that, you can say Achon took the route to New Orleans, or you can say ETN took the route to Nolans. It's all up to you. And nobody wants to talk about that. Yeah, no one wants to. Yes, absolutely. I'm not going to get into it, though. 3889 West Virginia, after a big place, is a great place to find a used couch. Talking to one of West Virginia's greats today, Aaron Beasley, about this signing. I'm not going to tell you what I responded on the Rosie O'Donnell one. You're going to have to go to YouTube to be able to figure that out. Only the few on YouTube are able to pull that off. Robert Lemison, 1020. Strange reminds me of a better version of Kyle Brady. What do you think? Well, Brady was bigger. Brady, it was not as prolific as a passing offense in those days. It just was not. And, Kyle Brady, to me, was absolutely a run tight end first. There hasn't been a long list because of job security, because of consistency of great tight ends around here. I mean, Mercedes Lewis gave you, 15 years? Kyle Brady gave you a ton of years. Before that, it was Pete Mitchell. Evan Ingram gave you a few years as a makeshift tight end. But if you were to go through historically speaking and trying to come up with the best players at positions, I know it's with only 32 years worth of a history, it's too soon to do something like that. In my opinion, it is. But boy, the tight end one is really knocked down. It's probably, it's Mercedes Lewis. Everyone else is second. Yeah, but you could argue who is second. Is it Pete Mitchell? Is it Kyle Brady? Are you going to give it to Evan Ingram on, such a short career? I don't know. And, enter Brenton Strange. Ballou, yes. Now pay Parker. Yeah, I mean, I'll be very surprised if they don't do this. And I want to believe that they're doing everything that they can to try to get this deal done. I try to describe, it's very easy to describe someone football related who is a jackass. Okay? They stick out. Most play the role. Most are Phil Mickelson, camera on, Phil Mickelson, camera off. They know when we're there. Okay? I saw way more things the 8 years that I was a Saigon reporter, traveling with the team. I'm talking about the Coughlin flights in 97, 98, and I'm talking about, the 8 years that I traveled with the team here. Things you see. Again, I've never been a big fan of really reporting on anything because, I certainly wouldn't do it at the time. Okay, because I just think it would be unethical. I think it's really a cheap shot. Even now, so much of what I saw, I'm not going to get into it because it was kind of privileged to be in that situation. I just don't think it makes a lot of sense to come out and rat that out years later. Now, there's other things that I'll absolutely say. I talked about the Andre Rison release and just how segregated the locker room became. It was it was the scariest moment I've ever seen in a locker. And I remember when Florida State beat Florida in 99. And I walked into the locker room. I used to play it back on the ball all the time. Chris Wenke started screaming at me. I heard you, Ballou. You pick Florida. And him and Dan Kendrick. I mean, they were all over my ass and, circled me and flexed. But that was, I was basically their age. So, and Wenke was probably older. I don't even know. I'd have to look that up. But certainly, I was close to it. And there's been a lot of those situations before. I mean, Dave Waddell, front of the show, I remember him screaming at me, calling me the paparazzi. But this deal with Rison, for those reporters who were actually there when he got cut, was unlike anything I've ever seen. So, stuff like that's out there for everyone I'll talk about. But, the privacy of a charter plane or being in the hotel, I'm just not going to do it. Not yet. Not yet. Not tonight. Hey, Who knows? Maybe tomorrow night.
Let's take a look inside 1010XL.
Who wants the Grand Tour? That would be terrific. That would be great.
We have the drill in the morning.
Very amusing.
Jaguars today from 10 to noon.
Good.
XL primetime noon to 2.
Yes.
Helmets and heels in the Franchi Show afternoons.
This is great.
Then Ballou and Hacker take you into the night.
All in one location.
1010XL.
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione, Campione Law.
Brian and Angela Wall here with Window World. By now, everyone has heard about saving money on their energy bills. There are all sorts of things you can do to cut energy costs, but most people don't think about their windows.
But Window World knows that the biggest energy loss in almost every home is the windows. There is more energy loss from old builder-grade windows than just about anything else in your home.
You can upgrade your heating and air, your appliances. That's good too. But before you do all that, upgrade your windows to Window World's energy-efficient windows.
Window World's windows are easy to clean, energy efficient, and have the best guarantee in the business.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less, and we mean it. You get great American-made windows, and you get to keep more of your money when you buy from Window World. Need any more reasons to buy your windows from Window World? Call them today and set up your free in-home estimate, or go online to windowworldneflorida.com. Window World, simply the best for less. Thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
What if your next fun day out costs just $70 to play all day? That's exactly what you get at the Battalion Airsoft Arena, the only indoor airsoft battlefield in Jax. Skip the same old boring entertainment choices and step into real action with your crew. Perfect for birthdays, company team building, graduation parties, or just epic weekend fun. No experience? No problem. The Battalion package includes everything: gun, mask, and ammo with unlimited play. So lock in your mission now at BattalionAirsoftArena.com.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hi, this is Randy Goodwin with PRI Productions. We're proud to partner with Dreams Come True, a Jacksonville nonprofit that grants the dreams of children that are facing life-threatening illnesses. Join us for Dream Day on Saturday, June 27th from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. at PRI Productions, located at 1819 Kings Avenue in San Marco. Come cheer on 35 incredible children and help make their day unforgettable. It's all free. You just need to be there Saturday, June 27th, Dream Day. Hope to see you there.
Get out of the heat and into the action with the Jacksonville Sharks coming up Sunday, June 28th. Kickoff 7:30 and tickets start at just $15. Be one of the first 1,000 fans and receive a free light stick. It's Red Out Night. Wear a red shirt and let's make the tank a sea of red. Witness history as Aaron Garcia becomes the first player ever inducted into the Sharks Ring of Honor, presented by Kia on Atlantic. Bring the whole crew and try our family 4-pack. 4 tickets and $50 in food vouchers for only $100. The fun continues on the field after the game with our free autograph session, sponsored by Flight Adventure Park. For tickets, go to jacksharks.com or call 904-621-0700. That's 621-0700.
Get out of the heat and into the action.
Sharks football, where memories are made.
Go Sharks!
For the greenest, luscious lawn on the block, choose the local legends, Roundtree Sod. Don't just settle for ordinary. Let Roundtree Sod deliver you a picture-perfect lawn. To get a free estimate, call 7414-SOD. 7414-SOD.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still, present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
Wow, what a day for Brenton Strange. 3 years, $48 million, 25 of which is guaranteed. Escalators in his contract as well, which I love. I think it should be a part of any contract, professionally speaking. even though they're getting paid a lot that's guaranteed, if you produce, you're going to make that much more. And I think that should be part of it. Injury can affect things, but if you have escalator clauses like that, incentive-laden contracts, doesn't that get you to avoid the whole, well, he got the bag and he tanked it. He mailed it in. So, big deal there. Who's next? We think it's Parker Washington. I would assume it's Parker Washington. You still have about a month until training camp gets underway over at the Miller Electric Center. All right, I want to bring up this involved with fat shaming. And, it's all over the place in social media. I saw it over the weekend. This lady at the New York Knicks celebration parade just pours out a full trash can worth of debris, trash all over the place. And she takes the trash can home with her. Well, because everything in the world nowadays is viral, she has been fired from her job because of it. So she's paid the ultimate penalty. What I don't get is why every comment is about her weight. That just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. We don't know who she is, what she's all about. I'm sure she feels horrible about it. She's got to be a nice lady, for crying out loud. She lives in New York. And that is a surprise to me. Anyway, just my opinion. The flip side is this. I am not a Rory McIlroy fan. Never have been. I think he's entitled. When he hangs on to his follow-through for 7, 8, 9, 9.5, 10 seconds, I do. I want to throw something through the television. I just do. He had an opportunity to become the voice of the PGA Tour, and he's failed. He's failed miserably, including I believe he still lives here in town, Jay Monahan, the commissioner. He had the ultimate opportunity to verbally cap him, and he didn't. But Rory's response to apparently someone who was very overfed in the gallery, if you have not seen this, Rory tees off first. The crowd is going, nuts here, or just a few individuals who are saying, get in the bunker, this and that. I can't remember who he was playing with, what round was it, etc. But as Rory's walking off, the crowd gets on him again. He takes both his hands almost as if the person is pregnant or he's got a huge gut. This is where I differ. Okay. The lady in New York lost her job. Yeah, it was stupid, but everyone's fat shaming her. Rory getting after, someone who is alcohol fueled, screaming at him, absolutely should be able to respond. And it's amazing because there are people out there who are hammering Rory for this. Oh, we should show more respect. Oh, golf is about professional. These guys are ripping them to shreds. I have no problem with an athlete. I just told you about Dave Weidel calling me the paparazzi. Just told you about Chris Winkie screaming at me when I picked Florida over Florida State in 1990. I have no problem at all with an athlete responding to the media or the fans if they say things that they do not agree with. So for one of the first times in my life, I'm actually saying, I like what Rory did. Now, I feel bad if there's a person next to him or two people next to him or also maybe not in tip-top shape. Yeah, I could see where that would be offensive. But I also totally understand that this was directed solely at the big mouth guy. So anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. Again, I don't give advice around here. I just tell you that this is the way that I feel. All right, I'm on, what happened to it, for crying out loud? Let me look it up again. I just pulled up Marketplace. on Facebook. Man, it looks like we can get you a real. Well, here's one that says free, and it's only 10 minutes away. It's a green velvet couch. All right, we can put that right in the back of my truck, right in the back of the Key GMC. I mean, it's maxed out, but we're going to have to maybe hire a couple of guys to put that couch in there. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to hurt my back. This is the summer. I got golf. And plus, I got to go to the beach. Got the 7-year-old Dakota in. She's going to want me. I mean, you talk about cocktails and a bad example. The booze I'm going to have in order to get in the water. It's my only phobia. Here's one that's a free couch. It's 1 mile from here. It's in San Marco. It's in very good condition. Must have someone to help you, although it's not a heavy couch, and somewhat sectional. You'll be meeting my mom in San Marco at a second-floor apartment to pick up. Oh. Thoughts on that? I can't help you if I'm going up and down floors. I can provide the truck.
Yeah, I have basically no tendons left in my right knee, so
yeah,
that would be down 2 flights of stairs, or down 1 flight of stairs, and then up 2 flights of stairs. I don't think I'm making it.
We got some crazies around here listening that I bet we could get a couple of volunteers that would want to get you a couch. Here's a $100 blue couch out at Atlantic Beach. All right, that's a haul. That's 15 miles. Then again, everything around here is a haul, right? Is there? By the way, the old phrase has been totally ripped apart that nothing in Jacksonville is 20 minutes away. We got a couch here that's about 5 minutes away from the radio station. $300 sofa. $50 couch in fair condition. We got a Wilroy 6-piece reversible couch. Don't even know what that is. Okay, I'm not big in the furniture business, but we're getting somewhere here. All right, here's one for $39. Sofas, love seats, sectionals. Need to clear out all the living room furniture as soon as possible. All right, so here's someone who's desperate. I'm thinking they just went through like a divorce. I'm thinking like, they just got caught doing something they weren't supposed to, and he or she is getting ready to head out of town and just wants you to go grab the couch, the love seat, the hassock, the whole nine.
$39 is oddly specific.
Yeah.
Like, and you notice it was 50, 100, free, 39.
This looks good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 sections. Somewhat of a, it's rectangular, if you will, with a big hassock. People down here don't know what a hassock is, right? That's another Boston term, hassock. My dad used to use it. That's where you put your feet up. I don't even know if I have one at my house now. I don't think I do. The days of a hassock are basically gone. All right. Speaking of gone, Hacker is heading out to Vegas. So did you give Hacker any tips on where he needs to go in Las Vegas?
I told him a couple different local spots where he can play $5 blackjack. I was going to give him my restaurant recommendations probably a little bit later. Like, there's a couple places that they have been there forever, but you wouldn't really your casino host isn't going to recommend these places, but there's like a steakhouse that is in the middle of a neighborhood. And it used to be a ranch house, and they built a neighborhood around it.
Did you ever visit the Mob Museum?
Yeah, down on Fremont.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I visit them.
It's surprisingly interactive, which is, weird, but cool. I mean, Vegas. It's very Vegas.
It is Vegas. And I've always thought that anything mob-related is so much better to read than see. And there's good documentaries out there. There's good movies that are out there. I mean, some of the greatest movies are mob movies, but it's very, very rare. Maybe The Godfather. Okay, and the only other book I can really say, there's two other books I can say that about. The Shining is a better movie than the book, and Jaws is a better movie than the book. But I think basically anything else that you ever do, if you're a reader, you'll agree with me that the book is better than the film.
Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios, polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Picken here. See clearly with the Eye Associates and trusted optometrists Zachary Boskool and Alice LaFlamme. From comprehensive eye exams, dry eye care, glaucoma management, diabetic eye care, and more, Dr. Boskool and Dr. LaFlamme are dedicated to protecting your vision. Immediate availability at all 5 Jacksonville locations. Schedule today with Dr. Boskool and Dr. LaFlamme by calling the Eye Associates, formerly Bowden Eye Associates, Schneider Eye and Wellness Center, and Janet Betchkel, MD at 296-0098.
The birth of a child is a time of joy, but when complications during delivery lead to injury or death, families are left with lifelong problems. If you believe a medical mistake contributed to a birth injury, protect yourself and your family by understanding your legal options. Founded in Jacksonville, Edwards & Raggets helps families evaluate medical negligence claims. No fees unless you recover damages. Call 904-INJURED or visit 904injured.com.
Edwards & Raggets, offices Jacksonville.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
Hey man, what's Hard Rock Bet giving new players?
If you win your first $5 bet, you get $150 in bonus bets.
$750? ¿Cuánto? Oh, was that Ronaldinho? Sounds like his first bet scored.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New customers bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Want to stretch that dollar? Taylor Doll here to help save you money with the Money Pages magazine and app. Trying to figure out dinner? Money Pages has deals at your favorite local restaurants. Need auto repairs or an oil change? Money Pages has coupons to help you save. Looking to do some home improvement projects? Money Pages has deals on everything home, from AC repair and plumbing to flooring and painting. Check your mailbox for Money Pages today and download the app for savings on the go.
Checkmate. I'm Brenton Cecilia, founder of Checkmate Coatings.
And I'm Chester, Checkmate mascot and cultural ambassador.
Summer is a perfect time to have your garage floor coating installed. With our chemicals drying even faster in the warmer weather, it's a busy time for us, but we can still keep our prices surprisingly affordable.
And with 0% financing available, you can enjoy your floor now and pay for it later.
And Chester can enjoy his fancy British tea that I have to pay for.
I do enjoy a nice Darjeeling, Brendan, and the quality is important.
And at Checkmate, the highest quality is our minimum standard.
On flooring and tea.
Gorgeous garage floors?
Check. Perfect installation?
Check. Easy payment options that make your great new floor affordable? Checkmate.
Transforming your floors, making them great. Checkmate.
Visit checkmatecoatings.com. That's checkmatecoatings.com.
Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why we are North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes in our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional-grade. KeyBuickGMC.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
The weather is heating up, and it's time to drop a line in the water. Gear up today at Green Acres Sporting Goods, Jacksonville's fishing headquarters. From Shimano and Penn Reels to Zoom baits and much more for saltwater and freshwater fishing. They've got everything you need to land the big one. And when your gear needs work, trust their expert rod and reel repair to keep you casting like new. Stop by Green Acres today or shop online at greenacresporting.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Getting a lot of couch stories taking us historically, including the 84-46 and the mid-90s. A couch arrangement outside of a closed-down shopping center. We stumbled upon it, made residents that night on it. with a couple cases of Milwaukee's best. Wish I was there. Got to be honest with you. All right, we're just underway. 11-pitch first inning for Joe Ryan. Joe Ryan against Ohtani tonight. And yes, Ohtani is hitting. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be a fast game just underway tonight in the beautiful city of Minneapolis. Speaking of beautiful cities, you're on your way to Las Vegas.
I am, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Of course, our good friend Jared Justice just came to us from Las Vegas. First things first, let's set the plate.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
So you're going back to the Spear. You've been there once. You're going for a second time. I've been there a couple of times. It's a wonderful place to see really anything. Is it just you and the wife, or are you bringing the young one?
No, it's me and the wife, another couple, and their parents. So there's 6 of us total.
All right.
And the people we're going with have never been to Las Vegas, so we're going to kind of be their tour guide. This will be our 4th time going. So we've done the gambling thing, which we will. We'll go to the casino, but we're at the point now we want to do stuff we haven't done. So we're going to go to new establishments, that sort of thing. We're going to go to Blake Shelton's bar, Old Red, tomorrow night. That's near the Strip, and then obviously the Sphere on Saturday for Kenny Chesney.
No, I've been out drinking with you before in our earlier in our lifetime. But when you go with couples, I always find it interesting that I would imagine you'll be picking up the first round. Are any of these other twosomes going to run when it's their time to get around?
No, I trust that they'll be good to go. I trust that they will take care of us and buy the rounds as well. The one guy I'm going with, my buddy Travis, says he's not really a cigar guy, but he's willing to give it a shot when we're in Vegas. So my question is, should I be nice to him and give him a mild cigar?
Yeah.
Or should I say, hey, man, try this and give him the darkest cigar I can find?
So he may get green on you.
That's my concern if I go the dark cigar. Yeah.
I remember about 15 years ago, you swear you were hungover.
That was a Cuban, man.
A day after. Well, I've been smoking a ton of Cubans. I brought them back from the Dominican Republic. I don't think you can get hungover from a cigar.
No, that was a strong cigar, man. I remember that. That was brutal. But it was fun. That was fun, and I'm looking forward to Vegas. By the way, not to get morbid, but since you've been on the air, a 7.1 earthquake hit Venezuela. There's a video of a baseball game that was going on in Venezuela within the last 90 minutes. Well, go watch that video on Twitter.
Wow.
Craziness what happened during that baseball game. I guess it was a Venezuelan pro league. It's all the talk right now on Twitter. They had to stop the game. Players had to run into the infield. Crazy if you would have been playing in that game during that earthquake.
Wow, that is horrific. All right, we wish you the best. What else you got coming up tonight?
Yeah, obviously we're going to talk a lot of Jaguars and Brenton Strange. John Shipley, Jaguars on SI, is going to join me. Plus, we'll round out our NFC North preview, talking Lions and Vikings tonight as well.
All right, Hack, have a great vacation as well in Las Vegas.
Thanks, Rick.
All right, that's going to do it for us. A lot of fun tonight. We'll check in tomorrow, find out about getting Jared a couch, man. That's my number one responsibility right now. I got the truck. I just don't have the strength anymore, to take it from 2 or 3 flights down. At least there's no basements here. People don't talk about bringing it up. That can be a problem as well in Chicago or Boston. Hey, Ballou, you're not in either one. You're here in Duval. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't have it any other way. We'll talk tomorrow at 6.